Hello and welcome to another episode of Pivotal Moments with Lolita. As always, I'm super excited about the show, the conversation, and I have with me today someone very phenomenal. An international artist is joining the conversation today, Mr. Rene. I'm going to get right into the conversation so that you can tell everybody what it is that you do and about your amazing art.
Well, Rene Dickerson is my name. I have actually been making art now professionally for, I calculated about 53 years. I've been making art, and I mean, I'm humbled to be able to do this. I'm basically self-taught. I have taken a few acrylic painting classes, but for the most part, it's been trial and error, and I love it.
Wow, wow.
And one of the reasons why is because of it makes you work. It really makes you work for it.
Yeah. Wow, awesome. Well, let's get into the conversation. So, of course, this is pivotal moments. And I know, whenever I talk to people who are coming on the show, it's always like hundreds of pivotal moments that normally come up in someone's mind. But what would you like to share with the audience today of one of your pivotal moments?
Wow, it's really interesting because um, I would say a pivotal moment for me was when I was a little boy, about 7 years old. And I had always been doodling, always been, scratching. And my father took me, he recognized, he would buy me little uh, uh, sketching pads, and he would always give me pencils and different things. But he took me to a friend of his who was a painter, an artist, took me to his studio. And the man had paintings all around. He was sitting at the easel painting, and I could smell the oils. And I mean, just a 7-year-old kid. And I knew that that is what I wanted to do. And from then, I was always, that was a very important point for me. And I look back on that, especially with my dad who loved art. Even my name, Rene. There was an artist, a Belgian surrealist, who was exhibiting in San Francisco Bay Area when I was born. And my father loved his work, and he named me after. His name is Rene Magritte, and my father named me after him. And so that was the pivotal moment, I think, that I can say. Yeah.
Wow. And I love that you shared that because so many times parents wonder, how will this impact the kid, or the child? And it's so true. Exposing your children to things like that, even at a young age, makes such a difference. It really can just pique that interest and that hunger. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. Well, so as we talk about pivotal moments and we think about, pivoting, there's always that one thing, right, that you pivot around, that center point. So when we talk about that in life, what would you say you discovered was that central point, that thing that is of importance, unchanging for you, kind of like your why? What would you say that has been?
Well, I gotta say, in my journey, of course, people that are close to you, dear to you, they want you to do well. Um, and I'm talking about close family and friends who saw what I was doing because I was always, had the pen or the pencil. And they would say, well, maybe you need to pursue a real job, get a real job. Well, for me, that I knew that I had something to offer. And by the reaction of what I was doing, people, I was encouraged by my friends, oh, draw this for me and do that. And I looked at it as negative motivation. It motivated me to continue. The door would open in a half an inch, and I'd ask questions. I was always asking questions. and it would slam shut. But that made me go even harder. It made me work even harder for it because I always felt that I have something to offer, and so that's very important. That's one of the things that I try to share with kids when I share my art with them, that, if you believe in yourself, you don't have to be the best. Just do your best. You don't have to compete with anybody. Do your best, bring what you do to the table, and know that you can always improve with anything that you do if you consciously feel that you can get better. You can always get better at anything.
Wow, that's a very powerful message. And I love that negative motivation because it's so true. We're going to get negative feedback. We're going to have negative things happen, but being able to turn it and use that as motivation. I love that thought. Yeah. So now switching gears, we always get to the point where we talk about adjustments. So, pivoting, that's usually in line with the things that are important to us. But adjustments, a lot of times that can be more uncomfortable. It's really adapting to something that's unfamiliar, uncomfortable. So for you, can you talk about a time when you had to make an adjustment rather than the pivot?
Well, adjustments are continuous. It's constant. I must say that without getting into a spiritual side, that has been able to help me. My love for the Bible has been able to ground me and to help me to make the adjustments. In fact, I've come to appreciate that the lows in life help you to appreciate the highs. So you must go through those things. And on the way, you make those adjustments, and you just keep going. Oh wow, it has been a wonderful journey. The lows, I welcome them all because they're teaching moments. They cause you to make the adjustment, to keep going, to say, okay, that was a wrong move. Let me go in this direction. And very important, the way that you deal with people, you treat people. I like this, I have this old saying, the softest pillow is a clear conscience. When you go to sleep at night, knowing that you've given your best and you don't have to worry about somebody that you've, wronged, looking over your shoulder, but you can go through and know that you're giving it. It's nothing like it.
Yes.
It's nothing like it.
Wow. You dropping some serious gems. And I love it. And it's so true about, being grounded and, finding the thing, like you said, if you're, a person of faith or spiritual, using the Bible, but whatever can just ground you, because it's so true. We are going to have the lows, we are going to have those, but being able to appreciate them and recognize how they actually help our growth. I love it. I love it. Well, as we come to kind of the end of the conversation, what do you want to leave with the viewers directly from you? What message would you want to share?
Well, again, I think it's very important that we can contain ourselves within a box if we allow outside influences to say that you can't. And it doesn't matter what, and it's not about any racial thing or any class distinction or anything like that, age, whatever. What you can conceive that you want to do, you can accomplish that, but you have to believe in yourself. Right now I'm looking forward to this opportunity. I've got this my first retrospective art show, 50 plus years of making art, and I'm ready to really share that with the month of February and March at the Art Factory here in Manassas. It's just I'm eager to show these works, and then can I share this this opportunity I have with the Temptations?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. We want to hear it.
yeah. The good friends of mine, Otis Williams, who is the founding member of the Temptations and the last surviving member, got a call from him right before the holidays, and they commissioned me to create their 60th anniversary brand logo. I mean, this is an opportunity. Now, I've done an album cover for them. I've done a lot of work with the Motown Museum in Detroit. I know them well, and contributed to their fundraisers and all. But with the Temptations, my favorite group, this special relationship that I've had, and for them to call me, to believe in what I'm doing, to ask me to be a part of this 60th anniversary and to create this, it's kind of like a icing on the cake, on the top, the cherry on the top. It's just just marvelous. And we're going to talk more about that with the show, and all of the information will be online and stuff with the Art Factory Gallery. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yeah. And I'll make sure to have those links there.
Yes.
I tell you, it's first of all, congratulations. I think it's so important for people to hear your story and to, of course, this is just a small little snippet, but, especially for children and people coming up who are into the arts, the creatives. And like you said, maybe they're being told, to find something else, to do something else that means more, what have you. But this is an example of being, staying true to your craft, true to your passion, believing in yourself, and then getting a call from the Temptation.
Right.
So that's awesome. That's awesome. It's a pleasure to have you on the show, and thank you for taking time and sharing some of these gems with us.
Well, Lita, I'm honored, and I thank you so much. I mean, the introduction that we had briefly, but now we're connected.
Yes.
And it's a permanent connection, and I'm just grateful to have this time to spend and to share what you've allowed me to share. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you'll be seeing more from Rene. You'll be seeing more from the two of us, some things that we'll collaborate on and all that in the future. Yeah. So definitely stay tuned. But as always, thank you so much for tuning into Pivotal Moments. And we will see you next time on Pivotal Moments with Lolita.